Welcome to day 5 of our 5 days to consistent 5K. And today we talk all about pitching. But before I dive into the topic, I want to thank you so much for staying with me. I'm not fully back to myself, but I woke up today very, very excited about talking about the pitching and everything we're going to do today. So let's move on. So day 5 is all about pitching so naturally that it doesn't really feel like pitching, that it's actually getting easy. And I bet you probably have some clues how we are getting to this point. So let's break it down, right? So you remember this framework we had. We promised something for people joining our challenge, then we moved them through the path to this promise. So now they are ready for the next step, which is exactly what you want to offer to them. So the whole magic that has happened during your challenge is, first, you crush the roadblocks. So you help them believe they actually can do this. And yes, this could actually work for me. And yes, this is an amazing concept that I haven't thought about, which can actually allow me to do stuff. And then you also filter the action takers. So you with all these actions that you were giving them, you now have people going from just passively consuming the information to really screen those who want to take action, who are determined to take action, because the feedback you are getting from them is the most valuable. So they just made the first steps toward the change. And now you have become their go-to expert. They now see that you are the vehicle which can take them to the results they want. So you solve the entry problem, and now they are ready for the next step. So let's talk about this next step and how you present it. So when we are talking about the offer, the one thing I want you to remember each time you are presenting the offer: we don't buy the information. We live in a world when everybody just thinks everything is Googleable, if I can use that verb. So what we want to buy is the transformation. And to be precise, we want to buy the status increase that we believe this transformation will give to us. So, even if you are selling relationship status, like, think about this. If my marriage goes from broken to really thriving and amazing, how this really increases my status, like, how do I feel about? And we all live in a hierarchical society. We do want to increase our status, and that's one of our main drivers. So if you know what's the transformation they want and what's the status increase behind the transformation, you really nailed that. So each time you think about your offer, you want to present it using this formula, and it's very universal. You've seen this for when you were coming up with the names for your challenge. You want to give them result so that they can have that dream thing, have the status increase without the shitty stuff. Like, we all want to avoid the shit stuff, right? So this is how you provide them. And now let's break it down into some more deep details when it comes to your offer. So the elements we love to pay for when we don't buy the information is, we love to pay for speed. So everything that makes things speed up for us. It's like, this is why people are telling, like, I've been coming to this solution for the past 4 years, testing and erroring and everything. Now you can promise them that the results are achievable within the next few weeks or few months instead of spending years, right? So this is why we want to offer that speed. And we also want to offer the ease. So think about everything within your offer that makes it easier for them to follow through. And for that, everything like templates, guidelines, frameworks, all the things that they can just take, fill in the blanks, or adjust to their situation and use immediately are amazing. All the tools here will sell out. And we also want stuff which is error proof, which guarantees that we will not waste time, again the speed factor, and we will not waste resources. So if you can guarantee that, that's perfect. And with all of that, we want hand holding and accountability. But the trick with this element is that you shouldn't make it your number one feature, because people will buy it in addition to the speed and to the ease that you are offering to them. You will, like, this accountability and hand holding will guarantee that actually they will get enough support from you to get the results they want. So when you're presenting your offer, think about it like that. So this is your new opportunity system for them. And now you want to answer some of the questions that your audience will be asking themselves. So will this method work for me? And with that, you want examples, you want case studies, even within your program, like, what ClickFunnels do, for example, or Funnelytics. In terms of funnels, they give us blueprints for proven funnels that have been working for almost every industry you can imagine. So now this objection is crushed, right? I know that I will find the funnel that works for me. And then, can I do this? So you want to think about the internal blocks they have. So during your challenge, you have crushed some of most important, like, oh, I don't believe I can really do this, or all that I tried about dieting didn't work for me. So now you have helped them understand that there's a new system they can try, but now they have these new problems, these new questions, the new doubts that you also want to address. So remove the internal blocks. And for example, with this challenge, many of you may ask, like, okay, now I've learned this great approach and everything, but now how can I make it happen? Like, I hate doing funnels. I don't know how to set up email automations. And now I can work with that. I can help you to get over this internal stuff that you might have. And then there are external things, like, but what if the economy falls, for example? And Bushra, I've been mentioning here a bit recently, she has launched what she calls the Pentagon of Extraordinary. And in there, she teaches how to build a brand which is recession-proof, objection-proof, and something else proof. I can't remember it now. But, she addresses this bad guy of economy. So you want to think about the external blocks that they might have, and you want to offer something that will help them with that. So, for example, for you in the challenge, your external block could be, but well, now I have my topic and I know how to implement that, but how do I get traffic? How do I, actually get people into my challenge? This is something I could work with to remove that blocks. And I do have some solutions for that as well in my sleeve. So think about these external blocks that people can have for if you are working, in this with this. The external blocks for the weight loss could be, for example, that they don't have any support. Like, if you are the only person in your household doing the diet thing, then you can really feel lonely. So that's where you can give them group support, accountability buddies, etc., etc. So they do have this missing part from their environment, right? And another question that they will ask themselves is, like, why now? Like, do I really have to invest in this thing now? That's why you want to add some exclusive scarcity bonuses. For example, the first 10 people will get something from you, or this offer goes away, and like, make it real scarcity, don't fake it. I want you to really think about what can be this vanishing element from your offer, which will make people go after it and think like, yes, this is what I really want now. So think about, what kind of tools, templates, swipe files, blueprints, or case studies you can include in your offer, or one-on-one time. We really want feedback. You probably, if I offered you that I will go over your copy for your challenge page and your challenge emails and your task, you will love that, right? So think about all these things you can provide to your client to really give them full support on getting the results that they want. And then what you want to do on the last day of your challenge, which I plan to do today, but as I'm not still fully to my fully self, well, I will talk about this a little later. So you want to conclude your challenge with the pitch masterclass, where you will be presenting your new opportunity system. So the elements this masterclass should have inside are, like, first, you want to start with qualifying your ideal client. So you tell them who is this for versus who they don't want to be. Like, so you really make this huge gap between things they want to achieve, where they want to take action, when they want to fully commit to doing stuff, versus these things that they seen maybe failing at, or they really feel guilty about doing and they don't want to stay in this space anymore. Like, this is where you really want to filter your action takers from the whiners, basically. And now you recap the results with you for so far. So what they have just done with you. And I've introduced this today at the beginning of my presentation. You've seen what we have just come through this whole challenge together, right? And now I believe you have a very solid idea on what your topic for the challenge could be, what actually you could do during each day of your challenge without undermining your sales, right? So then you reveal their next problem. Like, this is where you actually can talk about where they got to and what's the next step. So for you, I believe, and this is the feedback I got from many of you, was like, how do I actually implement it? I want more examples, how I do this, what works for my industry, etc., etc. So now you are asking for more on that topic, right? But before you do this, you need to tackle 3 secrets that hold them hostage. So you want to present to them the 3 things that they might still be thinking that they cannot do this for some reason. So one of them is you address the vehicle. Is it really working for me? And then you need to address themselves, right? And then the bad guys. This is why I told you to cover this here in your offer, right? This is what we have here. Can I do this? Will this method work? Like, is this the right vehicle for me? Can I do this? Themselves, that stops from they themselves are what stops them from achieving the results. And then, what if these bad guys, or what if I have no traffic? What if I have no support, etc., etc.? If you address this in your webinar pitch masterclass, now it's where you can actually show them that you have solutions to all these objections, right? So you introduce your system here. You show them you have the solution. You show the pillars of your method. Don't go deeper into details. Just show them a bird's eye view, like, what is this for? What kind of problem it solves? That's it. Very bird's eye view level here. And then prove it works. So if you can provide examples for each of the elements of your system, more testimonials, address their objections, and with testimonials, crush those objections. This is perfect here. And then you want to justify the investment. So with justifying the investment, you want to show them what's the cost of not taking action right now. So, you can have them imagine a year from now, if they work with you, how would they feel, amazing in their new body where they just lost weight, or with their magic turned on, right, Emma? Like, how would they feel there if they take action right now and they go from this dread state to this dream state with you? And then you want to ask to add some risk reversal. So this is why we have all these guarantee, money back guarantees, etc., because you want to diminish the perceptions of risking with you. Because we, as with our animal brains, we really don't like risk. So we want to mitigate this. And then there's your call to action. So for offers which are like, below $500 more or less, you can have just buy now button, just go and, encourage them to take action and buy now. Or if you have a high ticket offer, you want to ask them to book a call with you. So, this works perfectly for both of you, because this person can feel more solidified with their decision to work with you, and also you can screen your clients, because like, especially if you are running your beta program, or that working one-on-one with clients is very intensive for you, you want to make sure you are working with clients which can get the best results. So this is why you want to to have this apply for a call or book a call with me, and you really want to check whether this potential client can be a good fit for you, because otherwise you will waste lots of energy, lots of time, and lots of resources, and you get no results for this person. So you want to make sure you're working with the right people, right? So for the bonus today, for the exercise, I want you to think about the master class title and basically use this formula, how to get results they desire most without the objections or obstacles. This is another variation of this. You can come up with something that's your own here, but you want to keep this desire objections framework basically. And to spice up your title, you could use one of these 5 curiosity hooks. So, for example, you can address something that's little known but has a big difference. So, as we are talking about the weight loss industry, this could be something like, so you've heard a lot about, how important it is to go to the gym and count calories to the weight to lose weight, but the little known thing is the state of ketosis that your body can be in, which makes a whole difference to losing weight, right? The next thing is well known but little understood. So you do the opposite. You address something that everybody knows about, but people are not getting results because they're missing some nuances. So if we use this ketosis example, there could be something like, right now everybody knows, like, this is the hype thing in weight loss to get into the state of ketosis, but what little people know is that it's actually very hard for regular folks to get there. And I know this little trick which can really get you almost instantly into the state of ketosis. All this changes everything. So this could be a discovery which really changes the space in your industry here. So for example, I know, Amanda, you deal with energy, and right now you have this scientific proof that actually everybody carries around this energetic field around ourselves, and these energetic fields are influences by other people's energetic fields. So this could be your unique curiosity hook to get people into your webinar pitch. The crystal ball theory is where you are making some assumption about the future of your industry, and you're stating basically that what everybody does right now will fail because of what you know. And then you are revisiting the fundamentals. So very often people get lost in, the fundamentals are like something like counting calories again is very exhausting. It's the only word I can use for that. So you want to show them other way that they don't have to count calories and lose weight, for example. So I hope I inspired you with for your masterclass titles. So for the action time today, I want you to go into the group and post the title of your pitch webinar or live stream, whatever you are going to do on day 5. And for bonus points, I'm asking you for some additional feedback. And I'm so appreciating that you all find this challenge very useful and you've learned so much going through the process and the basics and foundations and also taking it to the next step. I'm really, really happy that I'm helping you here with this. So I want also to know whether you got stuck somewhere in this process and where it was. If you didn't get stuck, let me know as well. Your bonus points will count too. Sorry. And so go into the group, post your title. You also still have some time to catch up with your points. Because I'm publishing this quite late today, so I will be extending the deadline for your points and tasks until tomorrow, the end of the day. Questions asked in the group, and what's next? So probably you were expecting a pitch today, which didn't happen because I really want to take time to fully recover myself. So what's next? I want to invite you for some behind the scenes where I will go into detail about the whole framework I've used for crafting this particular challenge, and you actually have been just experiencing this framework. So I invite you to go and steal my 5P framework for running challenges that are fun for both you and your participants, that will not undermine your sales, and you will not have to give it away all that you know for free, and that you can use to create steady income and scale to 5 figures and 6 figures and even beyond that, using everything that you just learned from running your challenges. Does it sound exciting? Tell me. I really hope you are. So this will happen live both on Thursday and on Friday this week. I will announce the exact times later. And if you show up live, I will share with you my challenge checklist. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in the group and also seeing you on Thursday and Friday. And I hope I will be fully recovered until then. Bye-bye, and thank you for being here with me.